Oh, hi there.
Hello.
Welcome back to Remnants of Cerulean. Thank you for joining us. Things have been totally normal, not at all weird, nor self-referential. Um, Last we left, just to give a quick spin of the block for everyone who is joining us on YouTube. How you doing, YouTube? We love you. Um, Last we left our party, y'all had just got done talking to your new friend Cass, got done talking to one of their friends, Sherazad, who gave you some insight on the strange tattoos or ghost marks that are now on your body, and some worrying information to perhaps keep your head on a swivel, which I think you'll be able to do. Um, you all are currently deciding where you would like to go after having received this information. You do still have a contact to speak to that you were told would not like to talk to more than two people at a time. And yeah, you can also, do more official, like, treading of the vault ground. You can come up with other plans to try and get information, whatever you'd like to do.
So who's going to talk to this old man?
Cass, any chance you know the janitor?
Which janitor?
Mr. Janitor, the
Josiah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like me. Yeah. He does not like me.
Okay, so maybe not the best option.
I mean, like,
Is
I
it-
could, but
Any particular reason they don't like you?
eh, I-
Just so we can gauge
I'm-
like who not to send then.
he doesn't really like loud people.
Oh, I'm out.
Damn.
Well, at least my brand of loud, I don't know, is.
Josiah always struck you as like, not that he was scared, but just that you made him uncomfortable somehow. But he
It-
seems fine around other ghosts, so it's,
Like, it could also be the ghost thing. I mean, like, he's also just kind of seems just kind of uncomfortable around me. I don't know. I don't know. So he seems fine around other ghosts sometimes. He just kind of gets all like closed off and weird and just kind of like goes and pretends to go clean something else whenever I walk past. So like,
That's just rude.
eh. He doesn't bother me. I don't bother him. Well, apparently I do bother him, but not intentionally. Like, I bother most other people.
It's a good opening, at least for me and whomever else said. Fuck anyone? All right, Miranda.
Damn
Get
it.
in the car.
Okay.
Why'd you say damn it? Like, it's fine.
You sure you don't want Dash? She loves to talk.
Dash, do you want to volunteer?
If Miranda really doesn't want to do it, then sure.
I feel like his opinion of Cass is probably going to be consistent of his opinion of me.
Yeah, maybe.
And if he's
That
a little
could-
shy and doesn't want, numbers, then taking in the biggest one of us is maybe not the best approach.
Very astute. Just
Okay.
raises an eyebrow at Dash, yeah.
I
Right.
will go with Soraya.
Alright.
so using the information given to you by Mr. Shits, you eventually find your way to Josiah's homestead, which is not very far from where you picked up Cass. It's in the same part of town, though a little less. It's not that it's in a worse area. It's in, a similar area, but in a more low down part of it, if that makes sense. Just more like it's more relaxed here. This is where older people live. There are less families with kids and things like that. But as you all arrive, you see that there is just a simple two-story house that looks like it's probably been in whatever family it is in for generations. Um, and the two of you exit the car, approach the door. Um, there is the door is there. It has a knocker on it and a doorbell. Uh, what do you do?
I go for the doorbell.
After about, I'd say, 2 to 3 minutes, you see the door open slightly, and there's what looks like a very tired, probably mid to high 60s old man, that is dressed in this very simple, like plain blue and orange Dickies shirt. It's tucked into um, some just normal slacks with a black belt on. He sort of opens the door and he says, "Hello, are you're Wilhelm's young friends, yes?"
Yes, Wilhelm, Mr. Schitz did send us.
Good. Well, do come in. Only two of you, but do come in. And as you're led into this place, it is stuffy. There's plastic all over all of the furniture. It is hot as hell in here. Um, and the TV is on, sort of playing this low crackling. It sounds like it's on the Lifetime network or something like that, like Golden Girls or some retro show is playing. He comes and says, "Please sit down, sit down."
Are the surfaces clean, or is it
The couch is pretty dusty, but outside of that, it looks well maintained. I just hasn't had visitors.
I'll sit on the dusty couch.
Wait for him to sit down next to Soraya.
So yeah, he sits down in what looks like a really comfy, large, lazy boy chair, and he says, "So, what are your names?"
I'm Dash.
Soraya.
Okay. Oh, jeez. There's a lot of you. Do you want some tea?
There's only two of us here. Do you need another one of us to step outside?
Yes, only two. But well, what am I talking about? So tea?
Sure, that'll be great.
And he gets up and shuffles off into the kitchen. You see, just looking around this room, it's fairly normal. It's got a bunch of I guess I should describe this man. Outside of his outfit, he is an older black man, that has green / amber colored eyes. It's very thinning fade that looks like it hasn't been upkept in quite a bit. He looks like he's got arthritis in his hands and he does walk with a cane. But looking around, most of the wall art is exactly what you would see in a 60-year-old black man's house. But hanging off of the walls, there are a couple of different, they look like masks of some sort. The one that draws the most attention looks a lot like this. and it is presented sort of toward it's over the like side table in the main living room. It is it's weirdly calming in here. You don't know if it's just because you can't really hear anything outside for the most part, or it's something like that, but you feel relaxed to a certain degree in here. Is there anything you'd like to say while he is gone?
I feel like I would look around, just trying to catch like any glimpse of any of like sort of like green energy that we see outlining Cass, and just sort of say to Dash, "Do you think there are like other spirits in here?"
Oh, that would make a lot more sense. I was assuming he was seeing like multiples of us, like he was concussed or something.
No, I mean, that's a much simpler explanation. I hate to say I hope it's that.
You can each roll a tune for me if you'd like to sense the presence of a ghost.
I don't. Do I have toots?
Okay.
I don't have any
If we-
decks though.
Yeah, if we don't have any.
Then you roll 2 and take the lower.
I like 4.
A 5.
Okay.
Nice.
There's no other ghostly presence in here, but there's certainly something odd about both that mask and Josiah himself when he returns. Were his eyes always blue? They must have been. Blue now. And he shuffles back in with a tray that has 3 cups of tea on it and says, I hope that green is okay. It's all I really keep anymore.
Sounds lovely.
So, Wilhelm's friends, yes. How can I help?
Is his like inflection or tone any different from the little bit of interaction we had with him before?
Doesn't seem to be.
Just do any of the masks have blue eyes?
No. Most of the
Okay.
masks are eyeless. The black and gold one does have like almost mimicking coins being put over the eyes. They're like gold like slides that would cover the eyes.
Okay.
But outside of that.
Mm.
I have a sugar and lemon if you like that.
Oh, sugar, please.
Please help yourself.
Dash puts an unhealthy amount of sugar into the green tea.
Yes. So how can I help you all?
I feel like how this operates is Dash counts to about 15, and if Soraya doesn't say anything, she just begins to word vomit. It's Soraya like collecting her thoughts and about to say. She knows to wait for Soraya to say something, but if Soraya seems at a loss, then like impatience and.
And Soraya's just like looking at you with an eyebrow raised, realizing she is absolutely like, I don't actually know why we're bothering this old man, and is just like kind of, I'm sure Dash will come up with something.
Mr. Schitz says you came highly recommended and knew the ins and outs of your location very well. We would love to hear anything that you
Vault.
can give us. Yes.
Are you going to save that poor girl? Are you going to save that poor girl?
Yeah, the
There's
one in the amulet. Yes, I would have told you about that. Totally.
Okay. Good. She's been
Absolutely.
she's been stuck in that thing for far too long. Well, I can tell you the guards patrol. Um, what else can I? Oh, to pick up the amulet, you'll need to ask for her permission. She can make herself very difficult to deal with. Um, she's been waiting for friends, friends that unfortunately she was separated from uh, a long time ago. If you mention the Azure Phantoms, that might soften her up a bit. Um,
What are the Azure Phantoms?
and you see like this wry smile comes on his face, and he goes, "A group of very dedicated fuck ups, I'd say.
Dedicated what?
Fuck ups, but they
I like them already.
they always did right by her, but despite my best efforts, time comes for mostly all of you, us." And you see at random intervals as he's speaking, rather than direct what he's saying at you two, he sort of looks at other places on the couch and sometimes standing in the room as though he's speaking to someone who is standing there. I don't want to be rude, but how to best phrase this? You both smell a bit odd. Do you have any birthmarks or odd tattoos? Anything like that?
Counts to 5. Gauges
I,
it.
like vibe check. Is this old man
Sure.
gonna like turn into a monster and kill us right now?
Who knows? Make a survey check.
Should
Oh,
grab that
God.
orb.
Oh, I do. I have the orb.
Oh, you have
do
the orb?
have the orb.
Insight
Let
check
me
here.
roll this. Oh, well, I got a 6 on one of them and a 3 on the other.
Okay. With a 6, you sort of take a quick glance down at the orb, and the snow inside is still and white.
Okay.
Seems like it's good.
You got this.
Dash Josiah shows the tattoos like, well, we got these randomly.
Oh,
Recently. Questioningly.
Charlie. And you see he sort of like combs some of your hair out of the way, and he says, "You just don't stop, do you?"
Who doesn't stop?
Do you know what these are?
We've been told they're called ghost marks.
Yes, that's what they call them now. They used to be called shards. They were a sort of branding on one's soul, so that when the soul moves through the passage of time, it's identifiable. But a brand from a god can be retroactive. So if you're the ones receiving this brand, then that means all of them. And he sort of looks to the empty space in the room. They didn't have one originally, but they would have one now. Your previous lives, that is.
Oh.
Okay. Can you see them?
Yes, yes, I can. It's quite disorienting, especially if there are too many people at once.
That absolutely makes sense.
Sometimes lose track on who exactly I'm talking to.
So just out
Are
of curiosity, which one of us has the most past lives? Because I'm just assuming that means that, you died more frequently, right? You didn't live as long?
I believe it's you, but it's a
Yeah.
bit difficult to count, to be honest.
Team Dash will win at dodgeball.
yes. If they now have the ghost mark, though, could something happen to one of them and it poofs us out of existence?
No, no. Consecration doesn't work exactly like that. It's not your ancestors per se, but people who are you that also aren't you. I know this in the age of social media and the internet, this all seems a bit out there, but the pattern has a tendency to repeat things, reuse things for similar situations, or if they wish to have a similar outcome.
Mm.
I was connected to the pattern for a very long time ago. Charlie saw to the end of that, so
I'm sorry.
an old wound, but still hurts me occasionally.
Should have heard a lot about Charlie today.
Better to know the evil in question, I suppose, but they say ignorance is bliss for a reason.
And boy, do I miss it.
Come to the woefully informed. Have either of you ever heard of morphinogenic fields?
Morphogenic mutants?
Fields. My
Fields.
apologies.
Not mutants.
Like maybe in a
no.
comic book at some time?
I don't read those.
So, morphinogenic fields, it's a study of research that was pioneered by a scientist. It is the theory essentially that all of mortal kind is linked to a one central consciousness. For example, the phenomena of the phone being supposedly independently developed in multiple places in the world at the same time. It is a theory that purports that perhaps that is due to all mortals being linked to the same, what you all call it now, data cloud of information. We're all pulling from the same server, as it were. It would make sense that files would become unlocked for different people at the same time. That server, if it could be called one, is kind of what the pattern is. It is the will of life in many ways, and mortals are very, very beholden to following patterns, so it repeats things to call attention to them. It's a lot. I understand, and forgive me if I'm getting sidetracked for the reason that you're here.
Dash. Becomes very unnerved at hearing the humans are the patterns and repeating. And just, yeah. Don't like that.
Is there something we can do to, I guess, get away from the pattern, get rid of these marks, get out from
Well,
being seen?
the pattern is like destiny. You can't avoid it, but it also cannot be controlled, nor is it set in stone. The removal of the marks is tricky, but doable. I could attempt to help remove the marks, but I would need assistance from a competent magus, preferably one who is a ghost.
I do. I mean, we know. Do we know Cass's skill set? No, there's no idea.
You can make your conjecture. I will say instant vibes. Cass didn't really strike you as like super magical per se.
Okay. Where would one find a ghost mage?
And you see there's like thought over his head for a minute, and then you see that he smiles in an almost like sad way. Like he doesn't smile because he's come to a happy realization, more just like a of course kind of realization. And he says, well, and in the source amulet, as it turns,
Oh.
the pattern tends to line things up in this way quite frequently, I find.
How do we get her out of the amulet?
Now that is a very difficult question. I know the last time that I attempted to remove her from the amulet, the young lady was a bit reluctant to release it because when something has been your home for over 2,000 years, it's a bit hard to completely change your perspective. Though I suspect that she's quite reasonable and she will understand that she needs to come out of the amulet to be helped, so let's start with just asking her, I think.
No harm in that.
If we can even get to the amulet, which...
Right, getting to the amulet, and he turns and begins to dig through like a small backpack that was propped up against the wall, and he produces for you 4 candles. These candles are made of green wax and have a blue wick. And he says, "These will emit ghost fields, so that you can see anything that's trying to remain hidden that may or may not be around you. Though, do be careful. Some things we are not meant to see."
Thank you. I look
Appreciate
very
it.
suspiciously at the candle.
Now then, I personally have heard a couple of different things that may be relevant information to you. Supposedly, Mr. Midas is to be making his rounds soon for personal evaluations. I would recommend going in while he is doing that. The source amulet is kept under very tight lock and key, but we live in a world of capitalism. People will have to show why they should be funded. So perhaps you will be able to catch the amulet in transit of some type, or just in a separate room than it would normally be. Something like that.
Is there a room where they might display it for the CEO to see?
Not that I can think of offhand. The vault is very segmented. There are 3 different layers to the vault. The first layer is mostly bleeding edge military technology. You know, mag lasers, pulse grenades, things of that nature. The second layer is where the staff are kept. Those who are being experimented on biologically and otherwise. I believe the superhumans are also on that floor. And on the third layer, there is the artifacts research and development. That is where most of the incorporeal treasures would be, as it were.
Oh. That's better than knowing less than we did coming in.
I must ask, how did you all come to know about the Source Amulet? Why are you risking your lives to save it?
Counts at 15.
Go ahead.
Well, if we're being completely honest, some shady person really wanted to steal it, but every single time, like, we learned more about it, and it's like, I don't really want this girl to have it, and then we learned more about it, and it's like, okay, shit, we probably should get it out of there, because these people shouldn't have it either. And now that we know there's a little girl trapped in there, now we gotta go save the girl. Honestly, it's a whole conundrum of a mess, like, the way we got here.
Yes. A shady shady man.
She will look at Soraya for this point to see if there's any, like, shut your fucking mouth, or if there's, like, a subtle, like, go ahead. She's not a complete dumbass.
I mean,
Just
a
a slight
shady man?
It's the
Tommy Toucan.
yeah, like the limo guy at the very beginning. The Cajun draw. I'm assuming, like, this is that mental, like, obviously conversation we've had before. Like, this is not a great guy, and probably not well seen, like, within the city and any sort of. So working with him is very obvious. Like, you are associated with dirtbag. I don't know, like bad things.
Well, I feel like you also, I feel like I would, like, raise an eyebrow in a way that's kind of like, you don't tattle on the person employing you, is the vibe that I would try and get across.
Okay. Words. Not supposed. You know how it goes. Like, you're not supposed to give names of the employer, or people tend to lose their heads, and then that's how I get another one of these fuckers and
Of
add
course.
it on the line. And then my dodgeball
Yes.
team gets bigger.
I only ask because there is a separate binding on you. It's much lower grade magic comparatively. It appears to be a river demon of some kind.
Excuse me? Is it on both of us?
Yes. It appears to be a contract of sorts.
a river demon.
An old one.
How might one recognize a river demon?
Well, it would generally be something nefarious and bulbous. If they were in a human form, they would sweat quite a bit. Very eager to engage in contracts, but very roundabout in how they cash in the details of said contracts.
This sounds correct and familiar for what we have done.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. Oh, and is there a way to break that?
Well, complete the contract would be the easiest, I suppose.
And the second easiest.
Kill him.
Is there a third where we don't have to kill him and we could just break it and then not talk to him again and just like leave town?
Yes. If you could manage to get me, a diamond worth, oh, no one uses gold pieces anymore. An expensive jewel. Preferably one that is made of either diamond or dragon glass obsidian. I could attempt a severing ritual.
And would that be a expensive diamond per person or as a whole group?
How many of you are there?
4? 4.
Maybe a diamond and obsidian then.
Okay. Well, we will definitely look into that one. Anything else, Dash?
Will the amulet be destroyed when the girl gets out of it?
No, it will not. The source amulet served a purpose before this point in time, before the woman was sealed within it.
Oh, okay. So it still has power beyond the girl is not the source of the power. It still has power beyond
Correct.
that. Got it.
From what I understand, she used to be a part of a group of adventurers to some degree who messed with a magical deck of cards that sealed her in a ruby deep within several caverns, something such.
That sounds like a bad time. Okay, avoid magical decks of cards, adding that one to the list.
All right. If there's anything else that I can do, please let me know.
Certainly, you've been of great help. Thank you.
Of course.
Good day. Just kind of like bow out of the room.
Fantastic. Meanwhile, in the car, what have the three of you been doing? Just kind of chilling. They're gone for about 45 minutes to an hour.
I eventually would get uncomfortable sitting in the car and would probably get out and start like stretching.
Definitely like playing around with creating frost on the windshield. Leaving those creepy ghost handprints.
Yeah.
How cold
Ready
is
to like
it in the
help
car?
me in frost.
Oh my god.
If you're in the back seat where Cass is, it's pretty chilly. It's like the
Yeah.
AC's
Oh, yeah.
full blast.
Yeah, I get out.
That is valid.
Yeah, I feel
Amari,
like we're all
you
just kind
do.
of chilling.
Yeah. Amari, you do get an email alert on one of the things that you were looking to look into from information that y'all had received previously. You got the full story on that group of paranormal investigators. Apparently, one of them died during the incursion that went viral when they were investigating the archway. Supposedly, one of them died after staying the night at a hotel out in the boondocks. Um, the other bit of information you get is actually from the equivalent of the deep web, um, and it is a copy of the Twitch clip that went wildly viral. That was deleted everywhere and on everything. Um, you can still see that this it's like a saved copy of a copy of a copy of the clip, but you do have it. Do you watch the Twitch
Yeah,
clip?
I'm not watching that.
Okay.
What's that?
I'll wait for Dash. What's what?
That thing that you just closed out of. The second that I looked over.
You see that Cass is actually like through the car. You're like backs on
Yeah.
the car, right, Amari? And Cass is just behind you, like
Definitely
up,
like
through the window.
leaning like inside with my arms on like whatever, like on the sill, and with my head just like sticking out. Yeah.
I'm stretching. I'm just like, so Cass, how'd you die?
Huh? Oh, I mean, you see this, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I kind of pissed somebody off, kind of got into a fight, and then
You pissed somebody off?
I know, right?
I'm-
Go
Can't
figure.
imagine.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm a saint. Uh, but I pissed off the wrong person, and I thought I was good. I left the bar. It was fine, and then their friends kind of caught up to me, and then like it wasn't dignified. Don't make me just. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. I was an idiot, and I got in a bar fight, and they punched me too hard. Okay.
So what's your unfinished business?
That's my business.
Then maybe you
What's
should
your
quit
unfinished
being.
business?
Then maybe you should quit being nosy with other people's stuff. Then, huh?
All right.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Uh-huh.
It's around this time that you see Soraya and Dash coming out. If this were an anime, you would see like steam slightly coming out of their ears. They both look like they're processing like a lot of information, just like fairly deep in thought as they're walking back to the car.
I send Dash the clip anyways.
You send me like a copy of it, or you're showing me your phone?
No, I'm sending it to your device. I'm not giving you my phone.
Okay. Zero hesitation. Dash would open up and look at it, especially if Amari sent it to her. God, this character.
Gonna watch over your shoulder instead, then. All right. I just like appear over your shoulder.
I just rolled a 1 and a 2. So as you're as you like flip open your phone to look at this clip, your Dropbox autosync starts and just starts to upload the file to your Dropbox. And you just like think nothing of it and look at the clip. It is sort of a shaky like camera footage of a very familiar looking insignia that is sort of like drawn into the dirt right next to this large archway, and you see 4 kind of freaked out people like gathered around a large van, and suddenly like music from the 60s starts blaring from the van and the clip cuts off.
I don't get it. Like, is this one of those duet things that people are doing?
Nah, wrong platform.
Oh, okay. It's just some freaked out people. It looks like bad reactions to stuff when, like, you know, when people draw stuff on the ground and pretend like they got scared from it. It's just a really bad drawing, and then their car
Yeah, what
starts
is
playing
that?
music.
How many people was it again?
4.
Do they look familiar?
Ooh, yeah.
To you? Not really? Sorta, kinda, but only tangentially. If Soraya and Miranda watched the video, they would look familiar to you two as well. Dash, it definitely is the same vibe of like, this seems kind of familiar. Cass, you don't know who the fuck those people are.
Okay.
Yeah,
this
no idea.
This is meta, because
Mhm.
earlier, what would Dash connect the dots of where they saw this person?
I think that's a question for me to ask you, Amber. Do
Okay.
you think Dash would connect those dots?
Oh god, this is not a smart character. All right, hold on. Let me read her sheet really quick. I'm just trying to remember, because I know that there was like bounty hunter underhound, but I don't remember if that described like what she did, because I picked sharpshooter, so I don't think that was. Wait, no, that was
Gotcha.
the ability thingy. All right, hold on. This is. Continue on. I will tell you in
TYT.
2 seconds.
Yeah. While you're doing your check for thing, does anybody else watch the clip so far? Dash and Cass have both watched it. Anyone else interested?
No. Like we have at this point we have creepy cartoons that are like playing on TVs that are not plugged in, and we're seeing ghosts, and no.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, I feel like I would err on this side of.
Especially after Dash's rave review of how great it was.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
Dash is a sharpshooter. She would know faces, and especially if she's like got to track and keep track of people and where she sees them. So I think,
Yeah. So
especially
you
in new weird environment, she's tracking.
you get the vibe that, funnily enough, the person that's holding the camera, who you only briefly see as they turn around, get the vibe that was probably you in a different. Yeah.
I thought it was the person back at the hotel. That
Well,
Dash.
they then go to the hotel after the
This
stuff
got
happens.
weirder than what I
But
thought.
yes, you do link it to that person back at the hotel as well, and you get the vibe that this is probably a past life of yours in some way, shape, or form.
Oh god, she made dumb decisions after this at some point. Cass, get over here. Cass.
What?
Before that happens,
Okay.
Amber,
Uh-huh.
I would like Amber to make a shard roll for me. You remember which shard is?
Is that the D20? Or is that
That's the D12.
D12? Okay. 7.
Okay, I will message you after the show.
Okay.
So, yes, as you were saying, you said you calling over Cass.
Clambers over to where Cass is, or floating in whatever, and like
Yeah.
holds up phone next to her. And I was like, okay, back at the hotel. Like I glanced over and I saw it, like it very badly has the clip like frozen in spot. Like, you know, they have to play it like 3 or 4 times before she can get the
Yeah,
right spot.
Yeah.
But this bitch right here, I saw him back at the hotel, and like weirdly enough, like that guy in there was talking about past lives and how we live and we come back and blah da da. I think this one's me.
Cass, looking at the person in question, they're not unfamiliar to you. You do kind of recognize them, but it pops a different question in your mind because you can't really remember the faces of any of the staff in the Everlight Heights Hotel. Like, you know the attendant, you know D
Yeah.
off the top of your head. And usually you just go up to Sherazade, and you've seen other people working, but like recognizable faces, it all seems blurry.
I mean, I'll take your word for it that it looks like
We just
people
saw
at the
them.
hotel. I mean, I'm not the best with faces, but shit, now that I think about it, I can't remember what anybody there looks like, except like except for the attendant at the desk, but
I mean, that's just rude. You gotta be polite to staff and, like, recognize people that
I mean, I'm
frequently
not
help
an
you out.
asshole.
Okay, that's good at least.
More than usual.
Oh.
I'm not like going out of my way to be rude to them or anything.
Okay. Hmm.
Do you remember their faces?
Yeah. Well, other than this one, does she remember the other faces? If she kind of like starts to trying to track.
In a similar vein, you remember D.
Uh-huh.
You remember that lady,
That lady. This bitch.
but the other people, now that you think about it,
All right, hold on, because I remember the first person, and then there was the person you took us up to, and then there was this one. We saw I'm really good.
I know there are other
faces.
people that work there.
Because I have to remember to shoot the right one. I know faces. And there were other people there, and I can't remember what they looked like. But this one, I very distinctly remember.
Okay.
This is weird.
Miranda, can you make an attune check for me?
So I don't have any in that.
So you're
I
gonna roll 2 and take the lowest.
Okay.
We really gotta get someone with more attune points.
That's a 4.
Hi.
Hey!
With a 4, as they're sort of like just talking, you start getting like a pretty rancid vibe. And you sort of look around, and one of the people that you passed that was watching the car is just standing at the end of the street, just looking in y'all's direction.
I'll kind of like try to discreetly go to the rest, approaching like Josiah and being like, we maybe need to get off the street.
I mean, what, not the worst idea. Everyone's here. Let's get in the car. Let's go.
I'm going to
Y'all-
try to discreetly check back.
Okay, you check back. They're about 30 feet closer.
Oh, hell
I want to be the last person in the car, but like I'm gonna kind of keep eyes on them.
Okay. Who is driving?
Not me.
no.
Okay. Dash, you get in, you rev the engine to life.
This went
Some
great
old
last time.
music from the 60s starts crooning through the radio. Just like Stevie Wonder's "Isn't She Lovely?"
Is this the same music that was on the clip?
You know,
Mm.
I think it was.
What an odd coinkydink. You know how you just never like
So
pay attention
wild.
to stuff?
What are the chances?
Yeah.
That
What
is
are
not
the
a
chances?
coincidence.
No, turn
Ash.
it off. Turn it off.
Oh,
Did
I
you
like-
even turn it on?
Reach into the front and just try and turn it off. But I'm like, everyone in the car now.
Yup,
Uh,
yup, yup.
You reach up to the front, press the button, nothing happens. It's still on.
Yeah,
Whose
that's
car
fine.
is it?
Yeah.
Miranda, you get in the car?
Yeah, once everybody is secured, I will.
Sick. Person doesn't move while you're watching.
Yeah.
As soon as you sit down in the seat and turn your head back to where they are 10 feet closer.
Go.
Pedal to the
That's
metal.
some Mario Ghost shit.
As you start to drive away, Miranda, you watch this person start fucking running after the car.
Nope.
And somehow they look like they're keeping pace. Like they're not falling that far behind. No
no.
expression, no emotion, no exhaustion. They're
Not
just
the fast
running
kind.
after
Not
the
the
car.
fast kind.
Do I see this happening?
Oh, sure. If you take a peek outside the back of the car.
I stick my head out of the window and shoot.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead
like-
and roll that for me. Do.
What is that?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just double check.
Mari, we talked
I
about
know.
this. Loop your hand around the seatbelt before you go out the window.
I know what I think it is. The question is that
I mean-
correct?
Oh wait, you're driving. Damn it. Never mind.
That is true. Go ahead and roll. What do I want this to be? Go ahead and roll wreck.
Roll myself.
Yeah.
I have
We're
to
pretty
roll-
herself off
self-referential
frame
on
and out
this
the
one.
door.
Yeah, I roll myself right the fuck out the window.
Right.
All right, 1 dot, 1 die.
There you go.
Nope. 4.
Okay, with a 4, you lean out the window. You take a second to steady your arm on these like hood of the car, basically, and you fire. The shot connects in the chest. Don't even break things.
Yeah, I figured that. I shoot again.
Okay, no need to roll. You unload the rest of your magazine into this thing, and it just keeps hawking after y'all.
Oh my god.
Can I get some help here?
With what? What do you want us
No!
to do? Go steady.
I can't be the only one with the gun.
I
mean-
you just shot the shit out of him.
Cass, can
Yeah.
you take the wheel so I can?
No.
Like, is this?
What?
What?
No.
Oh, wait.
I'm incorporeal. I will
Cass,
lean.
can you make ghost bullets?
Well, I meant like she can like
Oh.
make her hand incorporeal so I can turn around and shoot out a window or something without. I figured physics.
Do you
physics
know
makes
how
no
much
sense.
strength it takes to be corporeal for even like a second?
No, you are very new. We haven't had a chance to talk yet. You're very interesting.
I will lean out the window, steady myself, and fire off an entire magazine.
Okay,
Of my
and what
pistol.
kind of gun is this? Is it pistol?
Assuming that we still have kind of like what we have from
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
before, then yeah, it'll be like a pistol.
Okay, go ahead and roll wreck for me.
Could I make the argument for it being skirmish? Because I am fighting.
Skirmish is usually close combat.
Okay.
So I will say you can make it skirmish if you wait for it to get closer. If you wait and let it get closer, you can roll skirmish.
No.
Tell Dash to Tokyo Drift it. Tell Dash to Tokyo Drift it.
No.
What you thinking, Jess?
It's gonna be super strong.
Dash Tokyo Drift it.
Fuck.
All right. So you all like as soon as they say
Hold
Tokyo
on.
Drift, exactly. Everyone who knows better like brace themselves in the car as it
Strategy
begins
grab,
to swing along the side.
Everybody grab your
Wait,
ocean
what are
handles.
you grabbing on, Cass?
Fuck.
Slides out of the car.
Yeet.
Yeah.
I'll let my hand become corporeal enough to grab onto the strap.
Sure,
grab
sure.
onto the Jesus handle.
Everyone grab your oh shit handle.
Yeah, the oh
Keep
shit
all
bar.
arms
Yep,
and
the oh
feet
shit handle.
within the car at all times except for Miranda.
Jess, what did you get?
5.
Okay, so as the entire car dash, you downshift in the car and begin to like curve and make that ear-piercing screeching noise as you're like sliding away. And this thing gets close, and eventually it goes from running after you to on all fours, just like galloping towards you. And this
All right.
person jumps towards the passenger seat,
No.
and you see Miranda just and it goes tumbling backwards just through sheer concussive force and like slams into the side of a building. As Dash, you shift it back, shift the gears back up and take off down the street. And you seem to lose this person, question mark?
Famous.
As that person was tumbling away, could we see if they had a mark on the back of their neck?
Make an attune roll for me.
Okay. Ugh, 2 and a 4.
Would you like to accept a devil's bargain to try and roll again? Since you are new here, I'll re-explain this for you, but a devil's bargain does not guarantee a success, just one additional die.
You know what? Why the fuck not? Sure, I'll go for it.
Wunderbar. Go ahead and roll that for me.
All right.
I like
All
how
right.
there is a very distinct Team Chaos and Team Careful on this.
Y'all know me. Come on now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I dubious pacts. Like, that's my jam. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Well,
Hmm.
didn't pan out. That was a 3.
Not
so
better than a
we're
4? Okay.
Not better than a 4. Yeah.
So with a 4, you do catch a glimpse of green and purple, but it looks less like the mark that you all have and more like a rash underneath all of its clothes.
Oh no.
Kind of like all
Um,
over its body.
Yeah.
Did they
Gross.
look vaguely familiar at all? Like this is somebody we've seen before?
No.
Or okay, okay.
Okay. Like a human person or like some
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
this
spirit
was, like,
monster
Joe Schmo down the
possessed?
street.
Like
I'd say with a 4 on the attune, you can't discern whether or
Okay.
not it was possession.
that's fair.
Yeah. So you all make your way out, and as you there's not much more information for you all to gather. So I am going to say narratively, unless anybody has any last minute things, that you all head back to the headquarters after you drop Cass off to begin planning. You have all the information you need. Now you just, got to get what you got to get ready for the actual vault heist. And as you all are making your way back to the headquarters, Cass,
Mm-hmm.
you get out of the car and make your way upstairs. This is by far the most eventful day that you have had in quite a while.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
As you approach your apartment, the door is slightly ajar.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to go for the hallway.
Mhm.
A little further down the hall towards like where I know is like the wall of like my kitchen or something, like another like wall of my apartment.
Yeah.
And just kind of phase my head through just enough so that I can see.
Okay. Looking into your apartment, it looks much the same. There are no lights on, but there is a ghost field candle. Several of them, actually.
Ah, fuck.
How old is Cass?
Well, she died at around the age of like 31, 32.
So
But
there
she's
are
been dead for a hot minute.
31 ghost field candles that are lit in a cape on the table. And there's a banner that you cannot read from the direction you are facing. And the TV is on.
All right. Does this look familiar at all to me?
It looks like a birthday cake, but outside of that,
Yeah.
not particularly.
Has this ever happened in my place before?
Oh,
Has this
God,
ever happened
no.
before? Okay, cool. I didn't think so. Cool. All right. All right, fuck it. I'm going in the front door.
All right,
Walking into my
you
own
walk.
apartment. Yep.
Exactly. You walk in the front door because this is your goddamn apartment, and you'll
Yeah,
fight
it is.
any ghost that's in here.
I had this
Um,
place when I was alive. I will continue to have it as long as I am dead.
Exactly. You walk in and you see a large banner that says, "Welcome home, Cass." And you hear coming from the TV, you hear the little cartoon character say, "There she is, the birthday girl.
What the fuck?
Welcome home, Cass."
What is this shit?
It's your welcome home party.
No. No. No,
Yeah.
it's not. What's actually going on here?
Well, you're gonna be here forever now.
The fuck do you mean by that?
Well, Charlie said you're gonna be in Halcyon City for a very long time. So I hope you don't get too bored.
I try to leave. I try to leave my apartment.
The door.
I try to phase through.
You cannot phase through.
All right.
Do you want to sing the happy birthday song?
I am going to use my poltergeist move to try to strongly interact with the physical world for a few moments and try to open my fucking door.
All right. You make yourself physical. You apply whatever drain is necessary.
Yup.
You grab the
Yup.
door and you start wrenching on it. As your back is to the TV,
Nope.
you hear this deep, rancid voice curl through and say, "High above the rotten roads, teeth and metal, flesh and crows." And two hands wrap around your face and chest, and Cass is pulled in the TV. And that is where we are going to end this episode of Remnants of Cerulean.
It's fucked up.
It's been fun, y'all.
Yay!
Not.
Oh,
Yay!
that's terrible. I hate
What?
it. This is
No.
terrifying.
Oh wait, it wasn't
Welcome
even
home,
us.
Cass.
So nice to be home.
Oh.
So nice.
Ah,
Now you get to star in a TV show.
Wow.
forever and ever.
Forever.
She also dragged me the hell plot line.
Yeah, not entirely
Oh,
wrong.
Lord.
Well. Thank you all so much for joining us for another completely normal episode of Remnants of Cerulean, a Blades in the Dark mini campaign, where I terrorize all my friends for people at home to be entertained by. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's do some outros, starting with our special guest character, Nat. How you doing? What was your favorite moment? Where can people find
Hello.
you?
I'm doing great. That was so much fun. Haven't had this is my first time I've had the honor of having a character killed off by you. This is great. But yes, I'm Natalie, Shield Maiden or Shield Maiden cosplay across all platforms. That's Shield with 2 eyes. You can mostly find me here though, playing games on like Mondays and Fridays, and other games coming up. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah. That you can
And
also
what
find
was
me on
your favorite
Instagram
moment?
at Zelman.arts. But yeah. I
What was
mean,
your
I made
favorite
my
moment?
death scene. That was great.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Terrifying.
God bless. God bless.
Horrifying, terrifying, loved it.
10 out of 10. Those are my favorite reviews to get. We're going to shuffle on to the right and check in with Rack. How are you doing, my friend? What was your favorite moment?
Oh, jeez. Favorite moment is getting chased in the car and just drifting to make sure we take that bitch down.
It's pretty sick.
That's
Pretty
pretty
sick.
sick. Yeah. Didn't think the e-brake trick was gonna work, but you know.
Right. And where can the people find you?
I am Rec1568 everywhere. Mostly shitposts on Twitter. And hang out here every once in a while. Got nothing else in the pipe right now, so we're just chilling.
Hell yeah. And next up, we have the lovely Dash. How you doing? Where can the people find you? What was your favorite moment?
Oh, hi. I am Badoni. Across all the places and the things, I play Dash. Oh god, there are so many good moments. I love that you brought Meredith in with the Soraya thing, because I was not expecting that. How dare you use our
Hell yeah.
backstories against us?
Oh, who would do that? What type of nefarious bastard? And speaking of Soraya, Kai, how are you? What was your favorite moment? Where can we find you?
Hi. I liked the first half when it was just old men and octopi.
That's a sentence.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You know, no, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. All right, yeah, you can find me on the internet at Kyola Creative, mostly on Twitter, sometimes I stream, but it's just a sleepy week, so we'll start up next week, maybe. We'll see.
Hell yeah. And then last but never least, the lovely Dr. Psychowl. How are you? Where can we find you? What was your favorite moment?
Oh my goodness, I'm doing great. I'm Jessica or Dr. Psychowl. You can find me on the things and the stuff as Dr. Psychowl, except for on Twitter where I'm Dr. Psychowl TV. I have played Miranda this evening, and oh god, there were so many good moments. I mean, I loved the clip and the connection to the old characters, and like, because all of your worlds are connected. I love that element of almost like not quite reincarnation, but also like I said in chat, me the player is so fucking happy that somebody ended up watching the clip.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know we, the players, have all the reason to be suspicious as all hell because we know Dash, not a fucking clue. She just sent her a clip. Of course she's gonna watch the fucking clip. What danger is there from
clip?
Oh
that?
yeah.
That's totally why I gave it to you, because I wasn't gonna fucking watch it.
See, that's that melanin. That's that spidey sense. You're
You
just
see,
like,
my ass
nah,
wasn't out there, right?
nah, I'm just not. I don't know why, but I'm not doing it. You know that. Fantastic. And hi, my name is D. I am the person who came up with all of this stuff. All of this stuff lives in my brain, and I accept your apologies for having to deal with it. Thank you so much for joining us. This is lovely. I am a streamer, voice actor, musician, professional GM all across the internet. And as Jessica said, if you ever see me DMing something on the Twitch channel or for some games, I keep all of that all in the same world. The references to Ages of Sword and Sorcery are references to my D&D world, which is the same world as this modern day world that they're running around in. And there's a reason why magic is gone and a reason why it's kind of coming back, ? So yeah, my favorite moment, I think, is more a collection of moments, because I think my favorite moment is watching people catch the references when I throw a reference out there. Anytime I see someone like recognize what that is a reference to, it warms my heart so dearly. And yeah, with all that having been said, thank you all so much for joining us. If you're here on YouTube, we're going to be back very soon, in the next 2 weeks, in fact, every other Friday, to finish this off. There's only one more episode to do, only one more heist to complete. And then we are going to get into some more trouble. So it's going to be great. Thank you so much for sticking around. Are we rating anyone this
We
week?
are. We are rating Stella Luna. They are doing a sponsored stream of All the Witches, which is currently on Kickstarter. So if
Ooh,
you
hell
want to
yeah,
watch
hell
that,
yeah.
Yeah.
Get some good previews of a new game. And until the next time we see you lovely people, drink some water, wash your hands, tell someone you love that you love them, and eyes up, Guardian. We'll talk to you very soon. Bye.